Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar. So we are seeing self-management lesson, and in this lesson I'm going to give a new topic. This is about attitude. Okay, we all would have come across the sayings that it is attitude that matters. A lot of people say it is your attitude will help you to reach higher levels. Aptitude only to a certain level. It's your attitude matters. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to learn attitude very systematically. Okay, since attitude is a very important factor for our success or failure, and the kind of attitude that we hold will ensure whether we succeed or not. So we will learn about the attitude in detail. What are the uh, determinants of our attitude? Okay, because our attitude will influence our behavior, and our behavior will actually reflect as a personality, and this will finally uh, helps us whether to succeed or whether we fail. Okay, so we will learn about what is attitude, and what are the components of an attitude, and what are the functions and importance of attitude. We will learn how attitudes are formed from us. Okay, and how our attitude influence our behavior. Okay, and sometimes even we cannot express our attitude into behavior. We will also learn that, and all these things we are going to learn because we want to find which are the attitudes good for us, which are the attitudes not good for us, and the final result is how to change the attitude. We will also learn how attitude can be changed. Okay, and we also will understand why certain attitudes that are with us are highly resistant to change. Okay, all these things we will learn. In fact, I will put it in the 2 or 3 lessons. So first we will start up with the definition of attitude. What is an attitude? Okay, so attitude is nothing but a evaluating of something. We all will have an opinion or feeling about something. That something is the attitude object. It may be a person, it may be a product, it may be a social group or an institution. Okay, say for example, you say that I like Modi. Okay, that's an attitude. Okay, you say I hate snakes. I don't like snakes. Okay, that's an attitude. You say I like non-veg. Okay, that's your attitude. There are plenty of such attitudes. Okay, we say that um, I like God. I believe in God. Certain people say I don't believe in God. So these two are a separate attitude. One person saying believing in God, other person not believing in God. So these two are different attitudes. Okay. Similarly, you may say I like this product. Okay. Somebody will say I like this product very much. That's the attitude towards that product. Okay. Similarly, some people will say I don't like this group. Okay, if you find today in the Facebook, no, there are two groups of people fighting in. One is called as Sangis and other is called as Dravidians. So in Tamil Nadu this fight will go on. The other group will say so these people will hate the other people, that people will hate these people, like that. The attitude is like that. So there are see uh, there are thousands of attitude an individual will hold. You, me, we all hold thousands of attitude. Okay, but certain attitude we hold very strongly. Okay, certain attitude we hold very strongly, and certain attitude are subject to change with new information. Okay, so certain attitudes are we hold very dear because it will determine our own self, our value system, our personality, our self, everything. So some attitude, that's why certain attitudes are very resistant to change. Okay, so we will learn about it. What are those strong attitudes? Okay, similarly, certain attitudes are weak, and if some new information are provided, we will change that attitude. Okay, why attitude is more important is attitude will influence our behavior. Your attitude, what type of attitude you have, that would influence your behavior. If you have an attitude about a particular person that you hate him, it will naturally reflect in your behavior. The next time when you see that person, you will not stand in nearby him. You cannot tolerate long time speaking to him. Okay, it's a natural behavior response. Okay, so our attitude will determine our behavior. Sometimes if you develop, if you are working in a company and if you develop too much of hate towards your boss, no, even though you are working under him, but still your attitude is very negative against him, and it is very difficult to work with that person because your behavior will always be like that because your attitude is highly negative. So if you are continuing to work in that company, no, you have to at least change your attitude, otherwise it will be very difficult for you to work. So this two, you are having a negative attitude, but you are working with him, so these two will not match. Okay, since your attitude is very negative, whenever you see him you find it very difficult. So in order to work with him, you have to at least change your attitude, otherwise you have to leave him. If you hate him so much, you have to leave him. This is the way for the to avoid problem. Otherwise you will have too much of stress and confusion and mental psychological pressures. Okay, so that's a very important thing. So now we will learn about what are the components of attitude. Okay, so there are three components, and these three components are interrelated, and there is no steps. Okay, we will say it as the ABC of attitude. That means one is affective component. Okay, AFFE, affective component. It means, see, every attitude is associated with either a positive or negative feelings towards something. Okay, if I say I hate ice cream, that means I don't like ice cream. Okay, that is negative. Similarly, if I say I like ice cream, it is positive. That is because I have taken the ice cream and I have had this effect. Okay, why some people will hate is they may have developed cold and they may discuss, but the taste for some people will be good, so they develop a good attitude. So some people will have a good attitude towards ice cream, some people will have a bad attitude towards, negative attitude towards ice cream. Okay, this is the affective component, they like or dislike. Then there is the cognitive component. Okay, it is refers to the belief and thought. Okay, we develop certain belief and thought about certain people and certain product. Okay, when we see some people, no, we will develop this may be because, see, we have to be very careful. These three components, no, are interrelated. Okay, our cognitive will be based on our affect. Okay, we had some experience with that guy which is very unpleasant. As a result, we develop further thoughts about that guy very negatively. Okay, so that's a cognitive component. Okay, so this progressive cognitive component will helps us to process the information about that product or that person. Okay, so if you have some negative experience with somebody, no, what will the cognitive will do is will find more facts about that person and will come to a conclusion that that person is a highly unpleasant person and we have to avoid him. Okay, that is how your attitudes will be framed. And this cognitive component sometimes may help. Your unpleasant event with that person may be a result of some misunderstanding. So that the cognitive component will say that, okay, this guy has some certain good characteristics, and this cognitive component will help us to change the affective component, and the attitude towards that person will change into liking. Okay, so that is why it is said these components are all related. Okay, so the third component is behavior. Okay, first is affective component, cognitive component, and now behavioral. That is why I had said ABC: affective, behavioral, and cognitive. Okay, three components of attitude. So behavior is your attitude towards a person or a object that will be exhibited in terms of your behavior. Okay, if you have a certain attitude, you will show it in your behavior. If you hate some people, you will turn, or you will if you hate a product, you won't buy that product. If you like a product, you will buy that product. It will shown in your behavior. Okay, if you hate certain group, you will say something negative about that group. That's your behavior. Okay, so there are three components of attitude. Okay, see, all these are related. Okay, and one will affect the other. See, sometimes our behavior will affect our affective component, and other times our affective component will affect our behavior, and similarly our cognitive component will also affect our these other two. Okay, if you understand this clearly, you will understand how attitudes are formed and how attitudes are could be changed. That is very important for learning these things. Okay, since if you want to change an attitude, no, which is will be very useful. Your cognitive component has to process information in terms of that attitude. Only then you could change. Okay. See, since the components, an attitude consists of three components, no. If an attitude has to be held by us very, very consistently, no, all these three components should be consistent. Okay. If we think someone is bad, we also experience bad things with that affective component. Then the third thing is, we will the behavior also will exhibit. We won't talk with that person like that. Okay, so these three components should be consistent. Suppose if these three components are not consistent, means it will create some sort of psychological tension in you. As I said earlier, no, you hate a person, that is your cognitive component, that is your attitude about cognitive component. But your behavior is, you have to work with that guy, your behavior. In fact, when you are working, he is a boss, you have to like him. You cannot show him that you don't like him, even though in your mind you are hating him. So there is an inconsistency between your cognitive component and your behavioral component of attitude towards your boss. So this will create some tension. So in order to reduce the tension, what you have to do? Either change your cognitive component to like him, or to your behavioral component to leave that company. Okay, that is what I said earlier. So these three things should be in a consistent manner, but not always these things will be consistent. If all these three things are consistent, there is no we won't have any problem. But most of the time, these three things will not be, a lot of times these three things will stand in opposite direction. For example, we may have certain attitude in your thought, but we cannot act that in our day-to-day life. Okay, it is very difficult due to some social situation. Okay, even if we hate a person, for example, you may hate a relative. Okay, but you cannot show that you hate that person in a social gathering, because it will show you in a negative light. So your behavior will be that you will act cordially or at least courteously with that other person. Okay, so you cannot exhibit in behavior. So that is what I said. A lot of time these will not be consistent. Our thought, our cognitive component will be different, but our attitude, the behavioral attitude is will be different. Okay, but most of the time, if there is a consistency, it will reduce our psychological mental things. Okay, so there are two types of attitude. One is explicit attitude. Explicit attitude is something that we are aware of and we show it. Okay, if I hate a person, I know it that I am hurting this person. Okay, there are also implicit attitude which we are not aware of, that will come to us naturally. I will give an example. Okay, see, they say that when a old attitude is changed and a new attitude is formed, the old attitude does not die. It will go into our unconscious level. It will be there and it will come without our knowledge. I'll give an example. See, you may hurt a particular group of people. Say, for example, particular community people or caste people. I'm not going into any detail, but say, for example, you hate a particular community or caste people. That was your old attitude, but you realize that hurting, hating people based on community caste is wrong. So you form a new attitude, not to hate a particular community totally, rather than hating a person based on his behavior. Okay, you may develop this new attitude, but your old attitude of that opinion about that particular community, no, will always be there inside, deep inside you, and it will show, not always, but sometimes it will show in your behavior. என்னதான் இருந்தாலும் நீங்கள் அவங்க தான்டா அப்படின்னு, you will show like that. Okay, so these are the implicit attitude. Okay, so there are two types of attitude. Okay, so with this I end this lesson. In my next lesson I will put the functions of attitude. Okay, functions of attitude, and we will also see the how attitudes are formed in my next lesson.